I'm Rebecca.
And I'm Hunter, and this is
the Family Showdown! Good evening. Okay, questions about this intro, because first you're like, yeah, rock on, and then you're like, snore. What was that?
It's supposed to be like a suspenseful music.
Oh, ominous.
Because
Okay,
it's like
okay.
a words thing.
Okay.
I guess.
I like it.
I like it when you do the subtitles of movies and it says
Yes.
ominous movies music playing.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Or suspenseful music playing.
We need to do a video with all subtitled stuff. That would be amazing.
All right,
yeah,
folks.
let's go. Hello, chat. I see people have their lists. Yes, I'm excited. All
right. So what to do? It's a halvesy show. We're doing halvesies. We're doing a top 5 instead of a top 10 because the Spiel des Jahres nominations were announced yesterday. So I went through and researched, and actually I forced Rebecca to research all of them too, indirectly. All the games that were nominated, because we're going to be playing them this weekend. We're excited about that.
BGG.
Well, I was excited about it until I researched the
Hey,
games.
spoilers.
But we're going to talk about that in the second half. The first half, we're going to talk about our top 5.
Movies.
Our top 5 board games we'd like to see made into a movie. And with the caveat that it can't be something that's already a movie or a TV show. Or something.
Oh, darn. Let me scratch out War of the Rings.
It's like War of the Rings out, and what else we got that's real actual movies?
A lot.
Dune Imperium, stuff like that. Star Trek, all the Star Trek games.
Star Wars.
All the Star Wars.
Dracula.
We don't have. Do we even own a Star Wars game?
Don't we have Outer Rim?
Oh yeah, we do. We have one Star Wars game. Anyway, so that's the gist of it.
Battlestar Galactica.
I kind of ordered them not on how much I like the game, or even if I like the game. I do happen to like these games, most of these games. I like all the games, but some more than others. But I ordered it more by how cool I think the movie would be, or how much I would want it to be a movie.
I ranked them. Wow. I'm not sure how this is ranked.
Nice. Nice.
Do they go up in scale?
Gaming Wife's in the chat. I haven't seen her in forever.
Maybe it's how I liked my. It's how they it's kind of a combo of how they popped in my head and how much I kind of liked the movie matchup to the game.
No, I very much did mine in order of which one. I picked 5 I thought would make good movies. I figured out the plot. Oh, by the way, we're doing the plot of these movies as well.
Oh,
I figured out the plot of it, and I'm like, then I thought to myself, as a moviegoer, which would I most want to see of the plots I came up with?
That's fair.
So I ordered them very last. The last thing I did was order them. All right.
That was the first thing I did, oddly enough. That's very strange. I don't usually do that.
All right, let's we're gonna bim bam bum it.
Yeah, it's right there. It's right there. I see it.
Find a button.
I see it.
Right.
There's a button for bim bam bum.
No, that would be pretty funny though. Have a little app that pops up for it.
I feel that is past my bedtime too.
All right, here we go.
That's why I'm loopy.
All right. Who never wins?
Ooh, it's pretty even, but probably me.
I think I'm on a streak of 3 or 4 in a row right now.
Yeah,
so.
you are. You suck. All right, fine.
Who goes first? Well, who goes first?
I'll go first.
You'll go first. All right.
I'll go first.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yep.
We're gonna jump right in.
Hello.
Here we go.
Number 5.
All right. So, my number 5. Mission Red Planet. So.
It's already been made, right?
Has it?
Martian?
Dude, no. Oh, no. Nope. This is like Around the World in 80 Days kind of meets Clue. Okay? So, you have a really wildly diverse, kind of bombastic cast, okay? And they're going to be like fighting, maybe even killing each other as they're fighting to race to get to Mars, because it's like Mars now opened up, kind of like the Louisiana Purchase, and there's like this magical, like, huge plot of land that's like kingdom on Mars, and whoever gets there first gets to be like the ruler of this plot of land. And so these crazy, like, very diverse characters are all fighting and beating each other up and stuff to get to Mars.
Okay. First, as soon as you started describing it, the first thing I thought of was the rat race where Mr. Bean's going down the stairs.
It's a race.
It's a race. I'm winning.
But that's kind of the cast of characters,
so it's more of a
right?
comedy
like
thing.
Kind of comedy-esque, but
I can see that.
Yeah,
I can see that.
Yeah,
I can see that. It has to be Mr. Bean.
yes, and oh my god, I can't think of his name.
Who?
The guy in Clue.
Oh, the guy that did
he did
Rocky Horror.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll get into.
Oh my gosh.
Chat.
Stupid talented guy. Yeah, I was thinking like his character, like people, all sorts of like crazy, completely different. Yeah, Rowan Atkinson and Rat Race. Yep. Tim Curry. Thank you, Jahres. I knew you'd pull through. Yeah, Tim Curry, like crazy out there, over the top character types. There you go.
All right. My number 5 is Twilight Imperium.
Ooh.
So this is what the first thing that popped in my head when I thought about Twilight Imperium.
Okay.
So if you watch the movie Dune, the original movie, I don't know if they do this as much in the new one. Maybe they do. But they go Arrakis, and they show the planet, and they go into the people.
Okay,
and they talk about the different their background and stuff like that. And then they go Geeky Prime, and they go in and they show the faction there, and then stuff. So it's all these different factions that are at war with each other, and they're trying to find Mechatol Rex, but kind of like Dune, it's the most important planet. Everyone's trying to find it.
Right.
But the thing is, the way it's perceived, because like in Dune, the Atreides are kind of the good guys. If you read the book, they're not really the good guys. They're kind of pseudo the good guys. But in the movies, they're portrayed as the good guys, and then the Harkonnens are the bad guys. But in this one, it's a moral dilemma, because you see the movie from the perspective of all the different factions, and they all appear to be the good guy. It's almost like Civil War. You got to pick Iron Man or Captain America. They're all kind of from their perspective. They're
doing what they need to do.
They're the good
best
guys.
thing, and
so it's a moral dilemma to decide who you want to root for. And see, as a promotion for this, you could have Team Lion Guy. I don't know their names. But they should have T-shirts with the different factions.
T-shirts?
And you buy your team T-shirt for the faction you're rooting for.
This is starting to sound like Twilight or something to me.
No.
Team Edward. Or whatever.
And I was about to get to that. Michael beat it to me. It's a 10-hour movie.
You and Michael on the same wavelength.
It's the longest
only one movie
ever.
So it's not even a duology or a trilogy or anything.
No, because when you zoom in on the planet, you spend like an hour with that faction, and then you move on to the next. You do all the.
Do you pause and pass a law?
Well, I didn't even get to that part. Then when they get to the Mechatol Rex, you have this big giant Senate that's kind of like the Star Wars Senate with hundreds and hundreds of people arguing over laws.
This is the worst movie ever. I can see.
I would watch this movie. I'd love this movie.
I'd watch the crap.
I would be team Insect Guys.
Really?
Yeah.
You do like your Insect Guys.
Yeah. I don't know any of their names. I'm horrible with names.
I don't know. I like
factions.
I like names. Team Lion Guy though. That's greatness. #Team Lion Guy.
There you go. My number 5. Twilight Imperium.
Oh
the
man.
The longest movie ever.
Woo.
All right. Let's move on.
This is great.
Here we go.
Number 4.
All right. Here we go.
You're right. If they did like a TV show, there'd be a whole episode of just voting, like a whole thing. That would be great.
And the first 6 episodes is one for each faction.
Right.
All right. What's your number 4?
That's beautiful. My number 4 takes a different turn. This is the movie Alchemists. So this one's dark. This is like kind of like the movie The Prestige. You ever seen that movie?
Yes.
Okay. It's dark. All right. So this movie, though,
Greatest Showman would be better, but
that'd be funny. But no, no. This is like The Prestige. So like, there's this world supervillain, and he wants certain things done. So there's these evil alchemists.
Okay.
And again, they're kind of competing. They want to be like the head alchemist. So they're trying to find these potions to like become like the best alchemist, right? And all this stuff. So they're trying out all these evil potions in labs and stuff, but their unsuspecting interns are the ones that end up being the guinea pigs for this. You can probably see where I'm going with this if you've seen The Prestige. So That's what this one's about. They're trying out these.
Sad movie.
I know, it's dark. It's dark. Okay, I'm just saying. So they're like trying to become part of the like supervillains like corporation and stuff, but they have to like earn their spot. So, it's a dark movie.
You have to throw in something about the testing.
I did. The whole thing about the interns?
Oh, the horrible testing?
Yeah, the horrible testing with the interns?
Oh, that's right.
You're not paying... Yeah, I got a whole... There's a whole...
Now. Oh my gosh. I'm more stuck with trying to figure the prestige out in relation to Alchemists. My brain was churning.
yeah, it's dark.
All right.
One of them might be a little less dark than the other, if you know what I'm saying, just because
hey.
One of them's going to win.
All right, let's do this. What's my number 4? I don't know. Let's push the button and see what happens. Number 4 is The Adventurers, the Temple of Chalk. So
wait a minute.
What?
This kind of is...
No, I'm making it different.
Okay.
So you immediately think Indiana Jones, right?
Right.
No, this is Indiana Jones meets Squid Games. So it's a futuristic game show, kind of like Hunger Games style or something. And if you ever played The Adventurers, so you're explorers, you're going through a dungeon, and you're trying to grab as much treasure as you can to get out at the other end of the thing. If you mess up in The Adventurers, you die. Just like the Squid Game. So the first thing...
You said mine was dark.
Oh, this is even darker. So basically, the first room in the chalk is if you're looking at all these symbols to figure out a puzzle that you do later on. And the walls are closing.
Yeah.
And if you don't get out in time, squish.
Person pancake.
So and the way, since this is a futuristic game show, like in the future, they make it look like an old dirty dungeon, but it's really all high tech stuff. So when you pick up a piece of treasure, it may be a little tiny trophy, but it physically adds. You're wearing a suit. It physically adds 10 pounds to your body. So you're picking up these little trinkets to get points to money. It'll be worth money if you actually make it out. You're going to get this much in cash. So you might pick up a little gem that says $5,000, but you pick it up and it weighs 10 pounds. So 10 pounds worth of weight is held under your body. So you're grabbing all these trinkets. By the end, you're like 200 pounds worth of crap on you. And you're like just crawling to get out of this place.
Oh my gosh, this is rough.
So there you go. Temple of Chalk, Hunger Games, Squid Games thing. And if you don't know this game, basically the way it works, you're going through and you have to grab as much stuff as you can. But when you grab stuff, the more stuff you have, the slower you move, which is the thing, the weight thing. But there's this boulder, Indiana Jones style boulder, that's rolling along. And if you ever are in the path of the boulder, squish, you're dead. And if the boulder, the boulder actually moves ahead of you, it closes out the dungeon and then fade to black at in the show if you don't get out before the boulder. But there's a way to take shortcuts and things like that. But yeah, I just thought this cool idea. I mean, you have the suit that how they you're like trying out different gravities and stuff.
Yeah.
You pick up a gem and it like weighs 10 pounds. If you're holding it, but you set it down.
It's like you're putting those sports weights on your ankles or something, right?
Your
like
body's just weight is being put on your body too.
Wow. And we just said number 4 is going to be dark. That's craziness.
so that's the Adventurers Squid Games.
Yeah, he's kind of prestiging it too, right? Like, dang, I know.
I think more like Squid Games. You imagine it because it starts out.
Can you imagine? You're like, yeah, I'm gonna go on this adventure.
It starts out with like 10.
It
starts out with 10 people, and it just slowly all of them just get die. And the question is, you have to watch anyone ever get out. And what's funny is I thought about it that you have like pause points, like in the thing where the boulder stops, and you like take a rest break for an overnight rest break, and then you continue on the next morning, and it lasts to make it a full long movie.
That's messed up.
Yeah.
That is messed up.
There you go. My number 4.
That is traumatic. That is torture.
The Adventure.
Whew.
Number 3.
All right. I'm gonna flip this over.
Make it happy fun time.
I don't know if happy fun time, but it's much lighter. So my number 3 game is Decorum. Hit the switch.
I'm reading chat.
Is Decorum. So, this is definitely not... Yeah, this is... So
I would never pick this in a million.
Oh, no, Mr. I watch reality TV show. So this is going to be a reality show, okay? And people are trying to find their either like their apartment mate, or I was thinking like college dorm mates, okay? But because it's a reality show, we're not going to have like the normal interview thing. No. Instead, Kinda, but not. So instead what you're going to do is everybody's going to decorate their dorm room. Okay? But they can't communicate with each other. So they're going to like try to express themselves through the room decorations and stuff.
Gosh. I would even slow down as flipping the channels through to this like nope.
And so what happens though, of course, you have the usual, like, instead of communicating with the roommates, so they decorate it. And then they're like, well, then they have, how I always pan to them. And they're like, well, I was thinking that I like unicorns. So I went with sparkly wall paint and, like do the whole like interview thing. And then at the end, they have like the big, what is it? The Bachelor, one of those where they have everybody line up and then they have to pick people and crap. Okay, so they're going to do that, but they're picking their roommates. And they have to explain why they like or don't like choose and don't choose people. So they're going to be like, I hate sparkles. And then, of course, there's going to be the, oh, I can't believe you said that moments. And
my gosh.
yeah, what I mean? Like high drama. But then you get to go over like, I love unicorns. We're the best roommates ever. It'll be the most magical. Yeah.
It'd probably make millions,
decorum.
But I would not watch this show. Not even a little
Anybody
bit.
even thinks this show into reality, I am suing them for copyright infringement.
Oh my god!
I'm just saying right now. That's right.
Help.
So I don't have cable.
All right, so what my number 3 is. It's got to be better than decorum.
No way. It's the best.
My number 3, Merchants of the Dark Road. So,
oh dear.
Picture this. You've always got a fantasy series. It's always from the perspective of the adventurers. Why not a fantasy from the perspective of the merchant?
You have been discussing this enough. That's a really good point.
Every time I talked about this game, I says it feels like a story from the merchant's perspective.
That would be good.
So you're going into town, you're wheeling and dealing, a little black market action behind the scenes,
good.
talking to adventurers. You have adventurers that come on and try to rob you and all sorts of stuff. And the dark road, you think about the special effects that they could have for like going out on the dark road and like wolves and stuff attacking you and adventurers fighting it and stuff like that.
That, and then you have those boring days where you're just like, yeah, and then this other guy, all cool, ripped, had all this cool stuff, went and bought some of my gear, went off traipsing off to have adventure, and you're like,
see,
I'm just gonna sell some more stuff.
Don't give up your day job. And you go to the ruins and get the magical items and stuff like that.
No, that'd be cool. And it's funny because you have like this whole secret life to get all of the stuff you sell that people don't even know about, right?
And you have 2 or 3 different merchants and they're all very vastly different personalities. You have like the wacky, slapstick wizard looking dude.
Comic relief guy.
And then you got the curmudgeon. Oh, I guess you could come along with me.
I like it.
So there's Merchants of the Dark Road.
I like this.
My number 3. I always, like I said, every time I see it, they've never done it. That's why I like Merchant's Cove, because that game's the same way. It's kind of you're not the adventurer, you're the merchant behind the scenes, right?
That would actually be really fun. You could do so many different things with that. That'd be glorious.
All right, let's move on to the number 2.
Number 2.
Did you see the box of rocks earlier that someone wrote?
No, I didn't see box of rocks.
There's a box of rocks about some guy that tries to make someone smart or something. With a slapstick comedy from Paramount Pictures or something. I don't know.
Oh my gosh, I'm just laughing at the bringing out the eggs in the frying pan drugs poster and your Tori Amos poster and all that stuff. That was funny. And then Viticulture being a Hallmark movie about 2 vineyard owners falling in love. You guys are great.
Oh my gosh.
You guys are geniuses.
That would be awesome.
I love this. This is so good.
Yeah, if you're watching this after the fact, load up the chat. It's pretty good.
This is excellent. You guys are fantastic. Oh my goodness. Okay, so we're on number 2 now already. Wow, man.
Yep. Well, we got this is a Habsy show, so we got to.
It is the Habsy show. So my number 2 is Scythe
Skinny.
So this one is going to be like a dystopian survival adventure thriller kind of thing. So you've got takes place in Siberia. I like that. And you've got a bunch of different like ragtag kind of tribes. Well, they at first glance they kind of seem like ragtag tribes, but then as you start to get in closer on, you find out that they have some really like weird, wacky kind of superpowers. Each of them have different abilities, shall we say?
They're like superheroes?
No. More like almost X-Men-ish, but not X-Men. Like X-Men abilities. Like people have, like the tribe. It's like a genetic thing. Like each tribe kind of has an inherent ability or something, right?
Okay.
But of course, the government is kind of crumbling, but they're still trying to hold on to. They're stretched too thin, but they're all mechanized and stuff, and they're trying to use their mechs and stuff to like maintain their hold on society and everything. But these tribes are breaking free from it, and so it's like all crazy dystopian stuff. But they're eventually going to overcome the government, become their own people, and all this. But it's got that weird, like disjointed look of, you know, that Scythe has, where it's got these mechs running amok in fields and stuff that look, you know, very rural, you know, quiet. You know, it's got that weird disconnect. And then the tribes don't look steampunk or modern or anything. They look like normal, like people, but they have those, like I said, these kind of uncanny abilities and stuff. And then they like.
All I picture is a very white movie. Reminds me of
Oh, like all snowed out,
yeah.
like a no. I picture this more of like tundra in the summer, kind of weird
piles of snow here and there, but not like...
maybe not quite, but you get the idea. Yeah, it's be like really I don't know. I just kind of I figure it was kind of like a dystopian X-Men kind of weird combo thing.
All right,
so
all right. Not really focusing in on the mechs. I would have had like a Pacific Rim action with the mechs or something.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool. Well, I mean, eventually these guys with their abilities and stuff are going to take over them and be able to use them against themselves and stuff, because that's how they're going to take them out, right?
The chat's great. Sarah's song made a appearance. Yeah.
Hey, Sarah's song?
Ages and ages. All right, let's move on to number 2. Let's find out what it is. I have no idea. Let's push the button in.
Oh, mosquitoes.
Lords of Hairless.
Ooh.
So they haven't made... So there's...
Talk about mechs.
There's always been this, like, myth or whatever of that the gods from ancient times were aliens.
Yeah, like outside of our...
But I can't... I tried to rack my brain. I couldn't think of a good movie that's done that thought.
It's actually done it well.
Where the aliens come with their high technology and all the people worship them, because I know...
Stargate, the movie, kind of toys with
that. Kind
of.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, it kind of does that.
Yeah.
But yeah, just the whole thing that the gods are not something that, you know, that people just look at the sun and go, oh, there's a god of the sun, whatever.
Right.
It's actually
bit.
Actually a alien with a superpower that is, you know, got some super armor or something, and he shoots light beams out of his hand or something like that.
Like actually showing the tech and stuff.
Right,
and
actually,
like,
and
yeah,
I think
cool.
I think our you know, CG and stuff is good enough now that you could actually do that really, really well, and have all the different gods, and all the aliens have different tech that makes sense. Like for Mercury, who's the Greek guy from Mercury? Hermes has got like a suit that lets him like go super speed for stuff like that.
Kind of the Flash.
Each one of their myths has, so they have some kind of tech that gives them the ability to do what that is.
Ah, I like that. That's kind
like
of fun.
Ares, or is Ares, right?
Yeah, Mars,
Ares.
Yeah,
no, Ares. So he has a mech suit with giant, you know, Gatling guns or something. He's like a really powerful.
He's just
war
angry.
person.
Shoots things.
And there's a whole thing about, you start out the movie and it's just this, you know, small Greek village that's just going about their day doing Greek things, you know, olives and fishing or whatever they do. So if you're from Greece, I apologize.
Modern Greek.
And then a ship lands, and here comes, you know, Ares and Hermes and all those people, and they come out and they have all these different technologies, and it's the whole process of how the religion is formed. So you can almost have like from two perspectives from the aliens and perspectives from the village people of why they came to worship them and not just ran in fear or whatever.
Right.
Because the whole point of the gods for the most part is they benefit the people, so they help the people, but they have a prime directive or something where they can't just give them technology, so they kind of give them little things like fire and things and stuff like that. So
well, the Romans kind of treated their gods like a business transaction. They really did. Like they were like, well, I'm gonna pray to you and give you stuff so that you will give me something in return. I mean, they really did treat it like a business transaction. So maybe you're going more Roman than Greek.
Yeah. So you're right. The Stargate is kind of that way, where they have the tech thing.
Yeah.
Kind of that way. But that's more subjugation more than symbiotic relationship.
Right.
Which I would think that's the whole point. Aliens need somewhere to live, but they need the people to do the farming or whatever they need to do. So they work together and you know, make life better. There you go. Lord of Hellas. They're Greek thing. But yeah, they haven't done a really good one.
No, you're right.
There's always
that would be
there's
so
always
well done.
stuff like, oh, the pyramids are aliens because we didn't have the technology.
Yeah, but we just say it. We never actually do anything cool with it besides
there's no movies
Stargate.
that do
Stargate.
this. And you can almost slavery. No, they're not slavery. They work together. It's a more a feudal system.
That's so making it better. Oh my gosh.
I better get out of here while I can. Number one. Where's number one?
Number 1.
Man, the chat's so mean to me. He's so mean to me, chat.
You're stepping in it over there. I'm just saying.
Literally stepping
Oh my gosh.
in.
So.
What's your number one?
Okay, so my number 1 is Anachrony.
Anachrony. Sci-fi's your number one. Shocking.
I know. Well, okay, so I was reading. I have the book with me because I'm still like reading on it and stuff. Terry Pratchett and Stephen Baxter wrote this series, The Long Earth, and I'm digging it. And it kind of gave me a little bit of a brainstorm. So imagine something along the lines of that if you've read it.
It just came out. How have you read it?
It came out in like 2015 or something.
Oh,
you're good.
I
don't know how many people read it though. So it's like time travel combo with like stepping in Long Earth. So in Long Earth, the premise is there's a multiverse of Earths. Okay. Now I haven't finished
Doctor
the
Strange?
whole kind of, but it's just Earth.
Oh.
And when people they travel to another version of Earth though, what's been weird is they're not finding other people. Like
Spoilers.
I'm doing just the very beginning of the book. I'm not even going to touch up on any other stuff. So like, but it's interesting because when you go there, it's still Earth, but things are going to be slightly different. Like there's no people there, but but there's no tech. And they're finding that there's a weird thing that's missing. Like you can't travel with a certain item. I won't spoil that for you. But so they're going and people are thinking, well, heck, if we can do this, I'm just going to go colonize. I'm going to go live somewhere away from the city and away from people. I don't want to deal with people anymore. And so they go and do this.
It's a little close to home.
Right. And, I'm like, hey, that sounds cool. But think about that with time travel, because that's different. This is like a multiverse thing, a simultaneous kind of thing. But think about this. So the apocalypse is like, there's just a world-ending event, okay? And we found out that something from the distant past of Earth has found a way to travel through multiverse towards the present and is going to end everything. Because once you get to, I'm going to call it Earth 1.0, which is our current Earth.
Is this Star Trek Next Generation?
No, but it kind of has a Nexus kind of feel to it. But it's not. Actually, no. This would be All Good Things. It'd be closer to All Good Things. Now that I think about it, something traveling through. But anyway, so it's traveling through like backwards through the multiverse, right? And good point, New American Underground. Why hasn't this happened yet? It's kind of shocking. So it's heading here, okay, to Earth 1.0, to our Earth and everything. And I haven't quite muddled out how they discovered this is happening yet, but we're figuring that out. So anyway, the scientists, the adventurers, scientist types get together, and they've decided that they've figured out how to stop it. So they set out this plan. They're like, we need X, Y, and Z types of weapons and stuff. But what they do is they branch off into the future multiverses, and they start planning this stuff. So then it's like a race. They want to collect everything. So then what they do is they bounce back to Earth. They plan everything. They check and see where this apocalyptic event is. And then they go jump into the future, borrow these weapons, and bring everything back to Earth 1.0. And there's going to be like this epic showdown that stops the end of the world.
Firstly, I would watch this movie. Secondly, I need a flowchart.
Yeah, it's pretty big. It's pretty big.
All right,
That
sounds pretty cool. I like that. You did
Yep.
a time travel mix.
Yeah.
I wonder how you're gonna get all the way back to that, and you worked your way back.
I did.
A+.
I did.
A+.
Thank you.
All right, my number one. Number one.
I can't wait.
This is actually a true thing. I've always wanted this movie since I was in high school.
Why don't you make it then?
Don't have money. I've always wanted this movie.
Okay.
Tyrants of the Underdark.
Oh my
goodness. Back in the dark of the before times.
Ooh.
And when I was in high school, my senior year of high school, book came out called The Crystal Shard.
Oh my goodness.
That started a series of, it's got to be in the 30 or 40 book series.
Oh, it's ridiculously huge.
The Jahres series from Salvatore, R.A. Salvatore. I've wanted this.
Yep.
I've wanted this movie forever.
Ooh, that'd be a dark movie.
Can you think about how cool it would be? The
casting.
Because you would start obviously in the Dark Elf City. You would basically do it in chronological order, not in book release order. But you start in the Dark Elf City. You have all the Dark Elf intrigue, the backstabbing, the wars, the things, all that stuff. The weapons training. You think about how you get some really good martial art guys with weapons that can actually do the weapon fighting, the sword fightings and stuff. They have all that, and then him fleeing the city, and then the companions meeting up, and all the
Guinevere, kitty,
that interaction they have. Anyway, so they finally made a halfway decent D&D movie, so there's hope.
Right? Like
I mean, it's not like amazing, but it's watchable as opposed to some of the other.
No, it was
movies.
fun, and it was fun. But I'm
imagine a dark elf movie.
If they'd have to me,
so good.
They'd have to kick this up to the level of like Lord of the Rings. They need to make this like mega epic.
Oh yeah.
This would need to
and
be.
You can even do a series. You can have the first. You can do you can Peter Jackson it. Have the first movie.
Oh no, don't overstretch it.
Have the first movie be the dark elf stuff, and it ends.
Okay.
It ends with him leaving the dark elf city, going to the surface. Then you have the companions meeting up. They call it the fellowship. You have the companions meeting up and their interaction and play on each other, and then the flight away from the city and the traveling and the fighting the dragon and all that stuff. And then you can end it with, I don't know how you would end it. You have to do 100 movies. It's endless. It's gonna be the Furious 10, part 10 and stuff of this movie.
The Fast and the Furious.
They're gonna
Tyrants of the Underdark.
But can you imagine a dark elf movie? How awesome that would be.
Zachnafine.
Oh my gosh, it'd be so good. All the magic and the priest and so good. All right. No, Drizzt isn't in Tyrants of the Underdark, but it is the city itself and all the locations within the city, and it's about the Dark Elves, so that'd be the first part.
Yeah, so it'd have to be like Menzo Baranzan, right? Like in the like the
all the infighting, the wars, and the battles.
I can just hear the
weapons
happy
training,
50s
and
let's go on a tour of Menzo Baranzan,
and all the priests and the
you're trespassing.
Oh my gosh, it's so good.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So good.
Okay, I'm a fan, but that'd be dark.
The first movie would be dark, so you suffer through the dark movie.
Literally and figuratively.
And then it goes into a very nice, lovely movie, and then it swings back dark again at the end.
Yeah, it'd have to.
Be like Empire Strikes Back. It's the opposite. It's like good, bad, good. It'd be bad, good,
right,
bad.
Right.
Anyway, so that is my number one Tyrants of the Underdark, movie one of the Drizzt trilogy of movies.
I like it.
Get on it, and I want money. No, I don't want money. I want that movie because I've been wanting that movie since I was a wee lad.
Very good. Look at you. You can be taught.
All right.
So Corlu made a comment that I did get the giggles.
What's that?
So when exactly are we listing the actors and casting for our said movies?
Well, Drizzt is going to be we're going to go back in time and have Jet Li be Drizzt.
Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. He's one of my favorites. Yes, please.
Bruno would have to be the same guy that plays Gimli.
Rhys Davies or whatever his name is. Yeah, that'd be amazing.
And Tasselhoff will have to be
Pippin.
Binkman.
Who?
What's the guy from Game of Thrones, the short guy?
Oh yeah, he's
Binkman? Is it Binkman?
No, it's
I can't think of his name.
I can't think of his name either.
Wolfgar would be the Rock. The Rock would be Wolfgar.
Wolfgar. They're gonna have to give him hair though. He needs hair.
That's true. He's a barbarian.
Yeah, he needs hair.
Dinklage.
I could not think of his last name.
I'm horrible with names.
He's really good.
Anyway, so there you go.
Oh my gosh.
But here's what's the cool thing. We're only halfway done.
That's fair.
We're only halfway done.
Now I'm gonna make a movie.
We're switching gears to the Spiel nominations that came out yesterday. So if you don't know, the Spiel des Jahres is a yearly awards thing for board games from Germany. So this is games that were released in Germany last year that are eligible for this award. So some of these games they haven't been to the U.S. yet. Some of them have been in the U.S. for years, but they're just now making their way to Germany. So it's by release date in Germany last year. They break it up into three groups. They have the kids games, which are the Kinderspiel games. They have the regular game of the year, which is like kind of the medium weight games. And then you have the heavier, what do they call them?
Kinderspiel.
what they're called. They're strategy games. The heavier strategy games, the Kenner Spiel games. So we're gonna go through all 3. We're gonna talk about. We're gonna go through all 9. We're gonna in 3 sections. The reason I'm going over this is because it's a big deal because a lot of times the game that wins Game of the Year goes on to sell millions of copies of games. So like
For sure.
Like Azul won, a Cascadia, they didn't get the Game of the Year, they got the heavy gamer, but it tends to be a boost. And also if it's not out in the US and worldwide, it tends to get a worldwide push if it wins the Game of the Year. So
it's cool.
And on top of all that, this weekend we'll have the opportunity to play all these if we wish, and I wish. So we're gonna probably try to play these, and we'll talk about them Tuesday. So let's start off. We're gonna start off. Let me find my button.
You on the chat.
Let's start off with the kids' games. Here we
Let's go.
Boom. There's the kids' games. So the kids' games, Game of the Years, are Gigamons. So Gigamons came out a long time ago in the U.S. It's just now. I guess I'm not going in order, but anyway, Gigamons is the one in the middle, one with the little green monster-looking thing. So Gigamons came out. Gosh, almost. I have 2014.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
It just now got released in Germany.
Wow.
So it's now making its way to Germany. So all it is it's a memory game. It's a memory game with superpowers. So basically, it's just a matching game. You have 8 tiles face down. You flip them over, and you're trying to get a match. But the thing is, there's a wild tile. So if you get a wild that matches with anything, and every tile gives you a little superpower. So some of them let you steal a tile. Some of them let you get an extra tile, and it's a set collection. So you're going to getting these tiles, you're putting them in front of you. You're not just kind of just getting the most, but you're just collecting types. So if you get 3 of the same kind, you get a Gigamon of that type, and it's kind of like
gotta catch them all.
It's kind of like Longest Road. Whoever has the most of that particular color or creature gets that guy.
Yeah.
And the goal is to get 3 Gigamons in front of you, and then you win the game. So
I think I'd rather play Keyforge.
It's just a memory game.
It's a memory game.
Remember, these are kids'
My
games.
children destroy me at memory games.
So it's a little memory game.
I used to be good at that stuff.
So, Gigamons.
Y'all know.
The other one, which is the first on the list, is called Carla Caramel. Is it caramel or caramel?
Carla caramel.
Is it caramel or caramel?
Well, I don't know. Does it have an A in it or not? I can't read it from here.
It's C-A-R-A.
Then it's caramel.
Caramel?
I always grew up saying caramel, but it's
Caramel?
actually caramel.
Anyway, Carla Caramel is a co-op kids game. So you're basically making ice cream cones. So it's a super easy kids game. You roll a die. The die face has different flavors of ice cream. I think there's 4 different flavors of ice cream. You take in one of those flavors, you have 6 little cones in front of you that have 3 scoops on them. So you take one little scoop of ice cream, you put it on a little cone, and you're trying to feed customers. So there's 5 little kids waiting for ice cream. You're rolling dice, you're putting cones, but there's a trick. There's a little sun moving around. It can melt your cone. And
it's Texas.
If too many of your cones get melted, then you can't feed all the kids, and the kids get angry, and they take over the ice cream truck, and the game ends.
Dang! I didn't watch that part of the video.
So anyway, it's a little co-op game.
It's cute.
Super simple dice rolling. There's a little bit of thought of where you put the scoop based on where the sun is, because if the sun moves, it can melt the one that's directly below it. So you got to kind of anyway. Carla Caramel. The last one's my favorite. This is gonna be a favorite of the convention. Everyone's gonna love this game.
Oh God!
Mysterium Kids. So Mysterium Kids.
So somebody was Zaris or Hector was mentioning they should have a Scooby-Doo overlay for this one. I was thinking that when we watched this video too.
Yeah.
Because
we had to watch it in French. It's not even out in the U.S.
I got the gist of it. I think you did too.
Yeah.
He was pretty good at explaining it.
Yeah, it's not out in the U.S. yet.
It almost sounds to me like an activity instead of a game.
Which one?
Mysterium Kids.
Oh, I haven't got there yet. Let me describe what it is.
Oh, okay.
Get there. So Mysterium Kids, so if you've ever played Mysterium is a deduction game. So one person's a ghost, and he's giving clues to the other players via cards. So they hand them picture cards, and they're trying to direct them to pick certain cards on the board. Mysterium Kids, it comes with a drum. A little tiny drum that you beat on. And the picture, there's
nothing could go wrong here.
There's pictures of little different sounds. So like it'll have like someone dribbling a basketball or a washing machine or someone rolling a ball and getting a strike. And what you do is you pick a random number that tells whoever's it to what card they have to represent. And everyone closes their eyes and you bang on the drum or scratch the drum or bang on the table with the drum, whatever you want to do with the drum, to make the sound of whatever picture it is. Then everyone opens their eyes and they got to mutually agree on which one is the sound. So, during the convention, all we're going to hear from between that corner is bang, 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 bang. And, this is nothing good can come of this. But
no, you don't hate Scooby-Doo. You hate Scrappy Doo.
I'm here for it. I'm here for the drum banging.
This is why you didn't want boys, isn't it? Okay, so so the first thing out of Nessa's mouth when she watched this, because she watched this one with us, is like, how do you make fire sound with a drum? And I'm like, that's my girl.
You just scratch on it.
That's, oh my God. So, yeah.
We're going to find out how you make fire sound with drum, because I'm going to do it.
No. Oh.
So that's the kids' games. We got in order from left to right, we got Carla Caramel. We got Gigamons and Mysterium Kids. All right, let's move on to the Game of the Year category. Where's the button? Right here. Game of the Year category. So this is the Game of the Year category. So we have, I'm going to do it right this time. First we have Dorf Romantique. Dorf Romantique. First time I saw Dorf Romantique, I thought dwarf. So it's like some kind of dwarf.
I went the opposite direction. I thought it
game.
said dork romantic, and I'm like, oh great,
I
love
dwarf,
game for nerds.
Because some people say dwarf for dwarf. So
we're both a mess. Okay.
So it's like romantic. So what Dorf Romantique means in German? There's no English translation. It means romanticizing the simple village life.
Okay.
So that's what this is.
Actually,
about.
I really appreciate how expressive.
So that there's no translation, but it means romanticizing or nostalgic for the simple village life. So what this is a co-op tile laying game. So you basically got 2 stacks of tiles. You got a tile that's...
Hold on. I want you to repeat that again. It's a what kind of game?
Co-op tile placement game.
Okay.
Co-op tile placement game.
Anyway.
So basically you have 2 stacks of tiles, you have task tiles, and you have just regular tiles. It's looks very much like Carcassonne. So you're going to flip over 3 little task tiles that says you have to build a city that's 5 tiles big, or a railroad that's 6 tiles long, or whatever. And all you do is you flip over a tile and you place it. And you flip over a tile and you place it. Until you complete a task. Then you take the little token that says you completed a task. Then you put a new task out. And you flip over a tile and flip over a tile until you go through all the tiles.
I'm going to make a prediction.
Until you go through all the tiles.
We might finish this game.
But wait, you can't, because it's a campaign.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing.
It's a campaign game. There's no winner. There's no loser. There's no knowing how well you did. Basically, you get a score at the end of the game. And based on your score, you unlock new boxes of tiles and rules and things like that. So it's campaign, legacy-ish kind of thing, sort of.
I think it should have stayed as a clicky game.
It's an app. So it's actually an app. So it's actually a video game.
It should have stayed there. Because I feel like there's
Don't hate. We may end up loving this game.
To this table.
We may be
you
loving.
and me in the board game. One of us is not leaving that table. I suspect it's the board game, but it's also a cooperative game, so it's possible one of us doesn't.
See, Sarah says it's a fun app.
The app is probably great, but that doesn't translate into a good board game.
Let's move on. Let's move on to fun facts.
I'll stay on my soapbox about that one.
Fun facts. So next one up for the game of the year is fun facts.
Fun fact.
So fun facts. So what fun facts is?
Sounds weird.
Originally we had just one, which is a party game about guessing words and writing clues on things.
We have that.
The next one is So Clover.
We have that one.
So Clover
Very
is another co-op game. Both are co-op. It's a co-op game where you are have tiles and you have to put them on a little board, and you have 2 words and you have to find a link between those 2 words. So it's a little co-op tile kind of manipulation game.
Right. Okay.
Fun Facts is another co-op game where you're writing on boards. You're writing on little chevron-looking things.
They're arrows.
Chevrons, whatever they call them. Anyway, you're writing. Basically, it's a cooperative game, and the question will be like, who loves sports the best? And so it says on a 0 to 100 scale, how much do you love sports? So basically, whoever's it will write their number down. I would put, I'm kind of a sports fan. I'll put 60. So I take 60 and put it down. Then the next person, Rebecca said, maybe she's the next person in line. She goes, I'm about a 30. But then what she does is when she doesn't show her number, but she has to guess whether she's less than or greater than me. And the next person writes their little number down, and they have to guess where they go in this. It's almost like timeline.
Yeah.
You're guessing where you go in the scale. It goes all the way back around to the person who's it.
Right.
And they get one last chance to move their tile wherever they want to put it.
I think that's going to be fun.
Then once you have your little order of operations, you start flipping them over. And as soon as you get one that's out of order, it's pushed to the side. And you go through all your ones, and you see how many you get right. So maybe 5 players, we got 4 of them right. We get 4 points for that round.
Right.
You do 8 rounds, 6 rounds, 8 rounds, something like that. Count up your points and you see how you did. Just like just one. And so Clover, same way. You get a score based on how well you did. So it's kind of a party game. It's one of those. What am I thinking of? The party games where you guess people different, like who among you is the the noisiest
like a Jackbox
sleeper?
game. There's a Jackbox game like that.
Who among you hates new car smell or whatever? Just random stuff. So it's you do an order of try to guess it's almost timeline-esque. It's like Wits and Wagers meets timeline.
That's a good idea.
It looks
True Colors, True Colors.
It looks
that
okay.
is the one, Gardner. And Coraloo, is that right? You said it's saying 30 to 40 Canadian bucks for that game? This game isn't that big.
The problem is, here's the deal. And for whatever reason, I don't know what happened in the world, but anytime you put real plastic in a game, it increases the price dramatically.
But 30 to 40 bucks for that little game?
It's a deck of cards and probably 8 to 10 little chevrons.
Oh my gosh!
And some dry erase
Come on,
pencils.
kids, let's go to Home Depot. We're gonna build us
a board game.
game.
Canada kind of gets the raw end of the deal a lot of times on prices too. All right, so let's move on to the
20
last
US
one.
sounds more reasonable, but 30 just seems. I don't know. It's a little game.
All right, so you're not gonna get a game for less than $20 unless it's like one of those pocket games.
Well, I know, but I was just thinking Canadian money. I was just ow.
All right. Last but not least, we got
fake plastic and everything.
Next.
Yeah.
Next Station London is the last one. This is a flip and right game. So basically,
a flipping game. A flipping right.
It's you have like a little map that looks like has a little train stop.
I like the art.
Subway stops, or whatever. And you flip a card and it says draw a line between where you're at to that symbol. And you're creating little routes of different things. The gimmick is I have like a green color pencil, so I'm doing all the green things that spoke out from the green stop, the green station or whatever. And then once I've done all my little lines, I score up what I did. You score based on, how many regions you were in, how many times you crossed the river, all these weird flipping right stuff. And then you pass your pencil around. Now I got the red pencil. So now I start at the red station and I draw my little lines. I'm trying to connect up multiple routes with different, like I want like the red and green and purple lines all to hit in one spot, and I get a bunch of points for doing that.
Okay.
There you go, flipping right, and shoot me. Anyway.
You know what I'd rather play? That's mine. The potato game. Where you steal the pencil.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, that's what I want to play.
So there you go. There is the Game of the Year nominees. Everyone was thinking Acropolis would be in this mix, but it was recommended, but not one of the official ones. We got
Nathan, I'm with you.
Dwarf Romantic, Fun Facts, and Next Station London.
Give me that. Did I say that? I said something else weird. Yeah, give me that.
Take that.
I said take that. Give me that.
Take that. You like
that's mine. Yeah. No, I'm with them. These games, I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
The choices
Fun
are
Facts,
just
maybe.
Fun Facts, maybe. But for me, it felt like it was out of left field. I hadn't even heard of that game yet.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just weird. These games are just out there.
I don't know. I guess Repos maybe releases their stuff in Europe before they come to the U.S.
Well, that could be. But
Right.
yeah, I'm with you, Nathan.
Yeah,
this is like
cool. of all these that I've seen that so far of these 6, Fun Facts is the one I'm most interested, other than Mysterium Kids, because I'm going to make everyone around me angry at the game. Who picks these games? So these games are voted on by
wacky people,
a committee in Germany. They actually have
they have like a full-fledged committee.
They call it a jury. So it's
cool. Okay.
So they have a jury. Basically, they have a handful of people go out and they find the games. They narrow it down to a short list, and then they present this list to the jury and they say, "Play all these games," and then they vote on it, and whichever ones get the most votes win. Germany does not seem to get released as many games as I thought. They said they were something like 200 and something games were released in Germany last year.
What?
New games?
What?
Yeah. That's what they said on the video. So if you go out there, there is
Really?
actually a video, a Spiel video. It's all in German, but you can do the subtitles, and subtitles are sometimes pretty funny. You can do subtitles, and they did a whole video explaining how the jury works and how the voting works and how they vote on the games, and it shows the full list. Every one of these, like the kids game had 6 games, and the Spiel had, almost like 8 games on the long list.
Yeah, they had quite a few, 8 or 10.
The strategy game had like 5.
Yeah, it was interesting.
All right, so the strategy game. Let's move on to the strategy.
400 games they had altogether released in Germany in the year. Wow,
yeah,
that's crazy.
I was thinking the kids game. There was 100 and something kids games and 200 something. Yeah.
That's wild.
All right, so let's move on.
I'm with you, Corlu. I'm very close to being trained out.
There we go. Boom. Oh, I missed the button.
Oh.
What'd I do?
Oh crap. Oh
crumbs.
Oh
crumbs.
Oh.
All right, there we go. This is the Spiel, the strategy games.
This is the category I'm most interested in, I think.
All right, so we got 3 games. First up, we got Challengers. So Challengers is a capture the flag game. It's basically
it's war.
It's basically drafting, deck building, war. Like the war gaming way the kid, you just flip over cards and see what happens. That's literally what this is. So basically, you start out with a bunch of basic cards. Everyone has the same set of cards like a deck builder. You're going to draft a couple of cards for the first round. You're going to shuffle those up, and you're going to flip them over, and you just see what happens. Like,
it's war.
Yeah, it's basically
it's
war
fancy
with a few
war.
more
It's
rules, but
fancy.
You can there is a little bit of game there because when the basic cards you get have no powers, but the cards you're drafting all have superpowers. So you can find synergies and combos potentially off those cards, but you have no control on.
Don't make it sound fancy.
You have some control. You don't have no control over order they want. So you're like, I want this card to combo with this card, but then this card comes up first, and you
right.
So it looks like it's for. I'll play it for a lark. I think it will be.
I'll play it in a lark.
I think if you're in the right mindset, it could be fun. If
I'm ready to play war, I'm gonna have a ball.
Well, if you're just you're smack talking and getting into it and being goofy with it.
You know I'm going to. It's on. I'm gonna even wear a stupid hat. Game. I'm gonna pack a stupid hat just for this game. Okay, I will say that the other 2 games I am interested in. A, I've played one of them and I really like it. And B, Icky sounds really cool.
I don't know how to pronounce it. I assume it's Icky.
Icky. Isn't it Icky?
It's IKI. Icky.
I think it would be Icky.
Anyway. This one I have not played. Of all the games, all 9 games, this is by far the one I'm most interested in. So this is this one's actually a pretty heavy strategy game. It's a little rondel game where you're going around a village. You're basically hiring workers. I guess you're putting them in shops, and you can when you hire them, they're your worker, and you can upgrade them by visiting them and having other people visit them.
Right.
And they give you more income, and eventually, if you get all the way to the top of this little track on the card, you get they retire, and you get like a permanent superpower with that card. The thing is, you'll have a set number of little meeple guys that you put on these workers. I don't know what I guess cards, people cards. I don't know what to call them. You only have a set number, and once you're out of those, you don't have any more. So you're incentivized to move them up the track and retire them to be able to get access to some more workers. Eventually, you may get enough resources to build buildings. Buildings give you lots of points, but they take one of your workers and they just set on that building the whole time. It's got set collection. It kind of reminds me almost like Takedo. You're collecting fish. You're collecting some of these things, some of those, and
has
stuff
the
like
appeal.
that.
I like that.
There's fires in the game, so kind of like a Stefan Feld. Kind of got some punitation going on in terms of there's these fires that can happen in different areas, and you need to have enough people to fight the fires. Like some workers have the ability to prevent fires in their area and things like that. So you almost have
superpowers.
You almost have like a firefighting level. And if your level's above the difficulty of the fire, nothing happens
like
to you.
You mentioned to me, like it was like the security level in
Dinosaur
Island, which I thought that was a good.
So this one by far,
I think it's gonna be fun.
And someone mentioned that it's bad, not good 2-player. I watched Tom's review and he said he loved it 2-player because there's a opposite side of the board that plays for 2 players.
Very cool.
I don't know. I probably won't end up playing it 2-player, but if I do, we'll see.
No relation that I know of Underground, but that's very intriguing.
What's that?
I may have a stray cousin in Arizona.
Yeah.
Probably.
All right, so that is Icky. I don't know how to pronounce it.
That's really cool though. I think it sounds fun. And isn't that the one that Tom also said he loved the rule book for?
Yes,
he said it was like amazing. So whatever you heard about the rule book, I think Must have been a different game.
Yeah. No, Tom said the rulebook was awesome.
In fact, he said if he was going to hand out awards for good rule books, this was the one that would get it when we were watching. I was like,
no,
that's
this
cool.
is a reprint. Icky is a reprint of an older game. I have no idea what
Sorrow Song says that they have the original. Like, I think that would be cool to see. Like,
so this is a reprint of an older game.
That's really neat.
But the original was never released in Germany, so they've never seen this game. So there you go.
Very cool.
Which one would I watch as a movie? The next one. Planet Unknown, the last one of the thing, is the one I would watch a movie of. This is a polyomino game where you're basically putting polyominoes on a planet, matching them up, and there's rules.
Send a little rover.
There's rules on how those work. There's little meteors that are sometimes on those. You have to send your little rover around to clean up the meteors, but it's mainly a track, going up tracks. So there's different tracks you're going up, and it gives you abilities, resources, points, and stuff like that. It has a cool little, if you get the deluxe version, it has a cool little lazy Susan that you spin around.
It's pretty sweet.
And you draft tiles from your kind of your quadrant of the board. So everyone sets in a specific spot, and you rotate the lazy Susan around, and you can only draft from your area of the board of the lazy Susan. So it's a cool. We have it. We've played it a couple times. We enjoyed it quite a bit. I like it. I like polyomino games that are more than just laying tiles. There's a little bit more going on, and this definitely has more going on. The main thing, like I said, the main reason of laying those tiles, there's ways to score points, obviously, if you complete columns and rows and things like that. But the tracks are where
it's at, baby.
Where the action is.
That's where the action is.
It's on the tracks. So
moving
there you go.
on
There
the
is
tracks.
the 3 Kenner nominees. Challengers, Icky, whatever. And Planet Unknown. Planet Unknown. So we played Planet Unknown and we liked that one quite a bit.
Yep.
So
you're right though. I can see where people are getting glutted out on polyominoes, but this one I liked, and it didn't do. Oh, it's another polyomino game because it had enough gimmicky, fun, tweaky things to do with it. But yeah, I am starting to get tired of them too, and I think we're both getting much more discerning. If we see it's a polyomino game, we're like, you need to wow us.
I like ones that kind of trick it up, like for example,
like Planet Unknown does.
Well, even more so than that, like Merchants of the Dark Road.
Very true.
You have that little tiny
it's
thing
just an aspect,
where you're
right?
trying to put your little goods in your little car in your wagon, and it's a little polyomino puzzle, but it's definitely a very minor part of the game.
Right.
Yeah, I've reached my fill. I mean, we've probably got like 7 different ones, and
easily.
We've gotten rid of several too. So
yeah, because I'm just right there. There's Barron Park, New York Zoo, Isle of Cats, and then we have Planet Unknown.
I don't know what else.
We've got a Patchwork. Yeah, we've
Llama
got a
Land's
lot.
almost a polyomino in a way. Anyway,
yeah.
So there you go.
There's a lot. That's fair.
All of the Spiel.
Oh, Project L. Yeah.
Nominations. We have Project L too. That's another one. There you go. So yeah,
that's pretty exciting.
So a couple of housekeeping things before we get out of here. One is
Dust the Shelf.
If you haven't figured it out, we're going to be at Board Game Geek Spring this weekend. We're going to play all the games. And in fact, as a kind of a going out of here.
Yes.
I want to share the games that are on my list.
Ooh, goody.
To be played list.
Yes, please.
So you gotta have all the Spiel games, obviously.
Yes.
Obviously.
Oh, that's gonna be special.
Here's
I want to wait
list.
till we're loopy and late at night to play those.
I'm gonna go through these really quickly. We got Heat, Revive, Splendor Duel, Plank Catacombs, Horseless Carriage, Great Western Trail, Argentina, Woodcraft, Turing Machine, Lacrimosa, First Rat, Verdant, which I think you might like.
Yep.
Sky Mines, Federation, Audubon, Tigris and Euphrates, Coffee Traders, Glory to Rome. Which
that's been our list forever.
It's always checked out.
Checked out, or someone has sniped it out of their library.
Maybe they don't have a
we
copy
never
anymore.
have it. Yeah.
Smartphone Miniature Markets, Islebound, Cleopatra and the Society of Architects, Ticket to Ride Europe, Modern Art, Imperial, and Wonderland's War. So
I am intrigued, and I'm excited about that. Gardener, are we going to play Orange Burgers? It is on the shelf of power.
We probably won't play it at Spring unless it's just out there to be played. But we'll probably play it because after BGG Spring, someone is out for the summer. So we're going to crank out a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Our goal by the end of the summer is for that to be empty.
And we're going to replay half of this.
Well, I'm saying in addition to other stuff, I want our shelf of shame to be empty.
Okay, fair enough. So, how many of you are going to BGG Spring? Tommy, are you going?
Tommy's going to be there.
Okay. Nick? Let's see who's Nathan. Local peoples. Anybody? Want to know who's coming? Aw, no Joker.
Don't very many people in our chat.
I know. A lot of you are not local.
All right, so yeah, we're gonna be at BGG Spring
someday.
So Tuesday, 1 week from tonight, will be
Legacy 2
BGG Spring recap, and talk about all the games we're gonna play. That's gonna be probably the entire show. If you follow the channel, put your notifications on because we're gonna be doing shorts throughout the convention. We're not necessarily gonna do a video, but we're gonna try to drop a bunch of shorts about games we played and which ones we liked. Just a quick debrief. We're gonna do lots of debriefs.
Oh yeah. In fact, thinking of which, we're overdue for some debriefing.
We'll do debriefs. We'll do debriefs throughout the convention.
Debriefs before we debrief.
We'll try to do a debrief.
Debriefs of the debriefs.
The goal is, and we'll see if we get there. The goal is to do a debrief for every game we play.
Let's go.
That's the goal. So
we're gonna
a debrief
annoy you with debriefs
for every game we play. We can't guarantee they're going to be very long or coherent because some of them are going to be 2 a.m. playing kids games.
Let's go.
But
hey, you know what though? The European crowd will appreciate that because they'll be like, "Hey, something in a timely fashion for us."
What, Hector? Hector, you're fired. Hector, you're fired. All right, so that's it for tonight. 1 week from tonight. Board Game Geek recap, and we're going to talk about probably 30 games. That's the goal. We'll see if we get there. Because we already played two or three games already before this week. So we are out of here, folks. We'll see you next time. Same bat channel, same bat time.
No, it's same bat time, same bat channel. Get it right.
What?
Huh?
Hey? All right, we'll see you
in the lobby.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like. Click subscribe to join our wonderful viewer community.
Want to be notified when we upload a new video or go live? Click on the little bell below.